Hi everyone, Debbie here. Welcome back. I have been missing for quite a while due to health issues, but I thought I would come on here and share this little kit that I did. This is one of those wooden die cut kits from Happy Humble Designs. I will share their Facebook page in the description if you're interested. I'm pretty sure she ships. But she does sell these wooden pieces, and they are pretty fabulous. Now, this one is a fall sign. It is a bunch of fall, I was going to call them florals, but they're not really. They are just fall pieces, leaves, a little bit of wheat, stuff like that, in a mason jar, and they make a really lovely sign. So, I really liked this kit, and I actually pre-ordered it to do at the September paint night on the 26th of September. She gets a bunch of ladies together and we'll all paint a sign or a picture or some kind of one of her kits and do it as a group. She rents a little hall and we all get together once a month. And the day of this one on September 26th, I started feeling pretty terrible and I canceled. So she had this one delivered to me. I ended up finally getting around to doing it, but in the interim, I had COVID. I was pretty ill for a week and a half, maybe. And I've just been having a really slow recovery. So I don't know if that set off a chain of events or what it did, but I'm slowly recovering, very slowly recovering. I kind of know what people mean when they say they have long-term COVID now. It's pretty nasty. So my blood pressure has been higher than usual. I have had cold symptoms. I'm exhausted all the time. I just have no energy. But anyway, I decided I was going to paint this one afternoon, and it literally took me 4 days to get this done. I'm having a little bit of trouble with brain fog. I'm having trouble concentrating, just all kinds of things. So I've had a few doctor's appointments. They're trying to figure out what's going on. And when they do, I hope they can come up with some kind of a solution. So I'm not posting regularly on my channel right now, but I am going to share things as I do them. So I'm going to paint this kit. And the first thing I tried to do was I took a black magic marker. I think it was a Sharpie. It might have been a Sharpie marker with the fine point. And I drew some lines on these leaves, kind of experimenting to see how it would look. I wasn't sure if I wanted the lines on there and paint over and have them come through, or if I was just going to put the lines on after, which is kind of what I started doing towards the end of this video. So I'm just going to go ahead and paint a whole bunch of this. Now, these are layered, these signs. So some of the picture is actually on the bottom piece. And then there's other pieces of wood that are cut and layered on top. So the oak leaf that I painted yellow, that'll be glued on top of the other oak leaf to raise it up higher. It gives these signs an incredible amount of depth. They are really pretty to look at. So I'm just using oranges, yellows, touches of brown, and I'm going to paint these. So you can see I took it off the backboard and I've got the bottom layer down there. I think there's no rhyme or reason to how you do these. I think you just put it together as you look at it. So one of the things that I have noticed when I'm painting this is sometimes it's better to paint the very top layers first, because I double painted some of these. I painted I painted the bottom of the oak leaf and I painted the top of the oak leaf. I didn't have to do the bottom because the top was going to be glued on top of it anyway. So it was a little bit redundant. I kind of did some things twice. So I'm just working away. Like I said, I've got a bit of brain fog and it was kind of vexing me trying to figure out how to do it. I really wasn't sure. I really wasn't sure. So I'm using that Sharpie pen to draw some more lines on here. And that was the other thing. I still wasn't sure whether the lines should be like under the color or on top of the color. You'll kind of see towards the end a little bit better what I did. So I'm going to speed this up a little bit more just so that you don't have to sit here for such a long time and watch me paint in color. That's basically all this is. These kits are so darn easy to do. Like you literally paint the kit and glue it together. You just use ordinary white school glue, glues these wood pieces together so well, and it makes them really strong. Yeah, these are awesome kits. You've got to give a credit to Sherry. So it's called Happy Humble Designs, the little business that I get this for. And it is a couple, Sherry and Terry, and they cut all these pieces. And she actually paints and assembles a lot of the kits. And then in the summer, they're at almost every craft show and fair and they're selling the already painted kits. So you can buy these done if you don't think that you have enough creativity to paint these and put them together yourself. But I really do have to say they're pretty simple. I literally go to her Facebook page and find a set that she's already painted just to get an overall feeling of what it's supposed to look like when it's done. And then I put my own colors in and try to put my own take on it just a little bit. So yeah, I'm trying to add a little more brown in this. Uh I was painting this and the leaves were actually changing color outside, so I had that to go on. Yeah, it's a pretty easy thing to do. So these are these little sprays of wheat. So I wanted to do them in the this is I think it's called what's this paint color called? Antique mustard, maybe. It's a chalk paint. So I used a combination of chalk paints and just craft store acrylic paints because I wanted a variety of colors. So I just grabbed whatever color, didn't matter what type of paint it was. It all went on really easy. I can't say that. How many times am I going to say this is really easy to do? I can't say it enough. So there are little seed pods hanging down, and they are double layered, and that's what these are. All these little seed pods get glued on top as well. So I'm just painting these brown. I'm just using the end of one paintbrush to hold them onto my surface here while I put a little paint on. And I took my rag. I always have a rag handy when I'm painting because sometimes to get the right color, especially on wood, you want to paint it and then rub a little bit off with your rag. So I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little bit funny, a little bit gruff because I'm still stuffed up. It's like this cold has never completely gone away. I feel like I have terrible, terrible allergies right now. Yeah, it is what it is. So I'm putting a little bit of green in here because Mother Nature has a little bit of green in with her fall colors. And I'm using the small little paintbrush just to paint some of these stems brown that are coming down through the mason jar. I used a little bit of my acrylic metallic paints as well. I love the metallic paints because they give a little bit of a shine without having to put glitter on something, because I don't think I would put glitter on one of these signs. But then again, I might, because she has some wonderful signs coming out for Christmas, decor pieces for Christmas. You can't have enough glitter on Christmas. So this is an acrylic paint called Spun Gold. I get it at Dollarama. I think you can get these metallic craft paints at Dollar Tree as well. But I'm putting quite a bit of paint on here, just trying to get it so that it'll soak into this back piece a little bit. I didn't want this to be really shiny, but this little bit of spun gold gives this backboard just a nice soft shine. Not a really bright shine, just a really soft. It's just such a pretty color. And it didn't do a whole lot to that wood, but it tones it down a little bit so that it looks like it's got a really nice stain on it. So, so, so pretty. Now I'm taking a little teeny bit of white, just white acrylic paint, and I'm putting it on my rag and I'm just dragging it over. So I was just trying to do a little soft shine and a little bit of an aged look on this backboard. So of course you can paint this any way you want to. You could just stain this, you could paint the backboard white, you can do whatever you want to. So all of these pieces are painted and I'm just gluing the top pieces on. And like I said, just a little bit of white school glue, guys. It works. You don't have to invest in anything expensive, that's for sure. All the colors, all these fall colors. Fall is absolutely my favorite time of the year. And I think it's like that for a lot of people because these fall colors are really calming, really calming. So that one oak leaf, and I put that green on there, and I'm really glad I did because that little tiny touch of green just contrasts with the colors and just shows where those colors developed from. I'm glad I put that in there. I chose a turquoise blue for my mason jar when I painted it. And the little handle, it's supposed to be a mason jar with one of those wire locks on the lid. And so I took that wire lock piece and painted it with a metallic silver. I'm quite happy with the colors that I chose. Now, the stems that were going down through the jar, I painted them. Some of them were light brown, some of them were green. I just turned around and painted them all brown because I thought it looked better. And now I am taking the whole thing, now that it's glued together, and I'm just going to put it down on the backboard. Trying to put a little bit of paint on all those little skinny pieces. Making sure everything lines up a little bit because the glue hasn't dried yet. So if anything has moved out of place, you can fix it. And then I've got these extra leaves that are down. They're just falling off and running down the side of the jar. I just put them wherever I thought they looked good. And now I've got this, I forget what this color is. It's a metallic copper. A metallic copper. I just put a little bit out into my lid, and with this really fine brush, I am going to go back and put the highlights on the leaves. after a lot of thought, some of them have got the dark lines where I used the Sharpie pen before I painted, and that worked well. But I wanted this rich copper shine that would give me the feel of having put glitter on something like this without using glitter. And the shine from this metallic is just really, really pretty. So, yeah. So I'm just taking my time, and this is the finest little brush that I have in my stash. And I'm not doing all the leaves. I don't think I did all of the leaves. There were a few that I didn't, but I did put this on almost all the leaves. Uh, I mean, you can give me your opinion in the comments. Should I have left this out? Because I really think that it makes the print. And another thing that you can do if you want to is once this is all completely dry, you could speckle a white paint, just water down some of your white paint and put it on a brush, and then use your finger and flick little dots of white paint around on top of this. And I think that would look really nice as well. So once I had all of that copper color on there, I wanted to define the outside edge. I had to wait for everything to dry, of course. And then I thought that the shading from this ink pad would look really good around the outside edge. Instead of trying to brush on paint, I use this for paper crafting, so I thought, why not wood? And look at the aged look that gives this wood. So I really enjoyed doing this. I was happy to get something done. It looks so pretty. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done that already. And I'll see everyone in the next video. Until then, happy crafting, everybody. Bye-bye for now.